Okay, so the observant among you may notice that I've got a brown box sitting right here. If you haven't seen it, this is the brown box. And as you may have guessed already, this contains the GoPro Hero11. So today we're going to be unboxing this camera. We're going to show you some of the slight differences between the Hero 10 and Hero 11. And honestly, there's not that many of them. But it's going to be a short video, kind of concentrating on the unboxing and what you should do to set up your camera, because there's a few things you need to do before you just hit that button and start recording. This is DemonView, and I hope you like the video. Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I really appreciate you watching, and hey, do me a favor, click those like and subscribe buttons. Only takes a few seconds to do, really helps out with channel views and helps get this information into the hands of people that needs to know. So I appreciate you doing that, hint hint, and we'll get on with this unpacking video. So anyway, here's the box that it all comes in, and I chose the GoPro Accessory Bundle. And, you know, had my reasons for that, but it came with a few accessories that I wanted. As you can see, I'm holding this very carefully, so my address isn't showing. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So, I was actually a little bit disappointed when I got this box, and I'll tell you why in a minute, and it's nothing to do with GoPro, it actually has to do with me. Something unexpected was here. Like I said, I ordered the accessory bundle, and you'll have to excuse the box noise and opening, but obviously it comes with the invoice bit, and the invoice does actually say it was the accessory bundle. That's absolutely fine. And the free flash 32GB card, which honestly I'm not going to use because it's 32GB. That's going to fill up in no time. So, yes, I have actually opened this because I did need to examine the contents. But anyway, here comes the camera in the box. Now, if you're not familiar with this, GoPro usually actually leave the SD card floating randomly in the box, so a lot of people have complained before that they haven't gotten their SD card, and that's because it does be floating around in the box. They take their camera out of the box, throw the box out, and bye-bye SD card. In this case, GoPro have actually taped it to the wrapping on the outside, so if you're looking for your 32GB free SD card, which, see if I can pull this off. There we go. It's stuck to the outside of the brown wrapper. Remember that when you go to check it. And that's a SanDisk Extreme. And honestly, a lot of people had problems with the SanDisk cards in their GoPro Hero 9. I never ever use a SanDisk card. I never have. I use Samsung Evo cards, and I reckon they are one of the best and most stable cards that you can buy for your camera. And I also use the 512GB version because I record a lot of footage and takes up a lot of space. I'll leave a link for that down below, or see if I can put in one of those fancy links if I point up. Actually, I think they usually appear up here. If I manage to put the link in, that's going to look great. If I don't, that's just going to look stupid. Anyway, on with the unpacking video. So as you can see, they've actually made this like customized fancy wrapping paper. It says GoPro on it. That's absolutely great. Now, the reason I was disappointed and I was kind of like a bit iffed is that, like I said, I chose the accessory bundle, and I thought all the accessories would be kind of packed in that box in their own like separate little boxes and everything, because those of you who remember the GoPro Hero 10 when it was unpacked, and I'll link that down below too, or up there if I can. But basically what happened with that is you got your case, and in it there was a large cardboard divider, you got the camera, and pretty much that was it. So when I opened this and thought, oh my gosh, they sent me the GoPro Hero 10 Black, or sorry, GoPro Hero 11 Black, and they hadn't sent me any accessories. I was kind of like, oh man, what the hell is the story? But they've actually put all the accessories inside this case. Now, I think that actually requires a bit of magic to do, because you got a lot of accessories, and trying to fit them all in here, it was a very neat job. But as you can see on the top, and I missed this completely, is it says it's actually the accessory bundle. It's got the list of accessories that come with it there. And that is the head strap, the clip that goes into the head strap, a curved mount, and the floaty handler, which is awesome. So as you can see, nice box here. And it also gives you a little kind of a picture on the side of what should come with your GoPro normally, which is like your thumb screw, your curved mount, and your buckle. The case, obviously, a USB cable and a battery. Now, the bundle actually comes with 2 batteries as well as the other stuff, and we're going to take a look at that now. So, as you can see, It just opens quite easily and you get this nice case. Now, I will say this about the GoPros, the cases that they've been coming with ever since the Hero 9, they're pretty nice. It's like a kind of a hard shell case, really good for protecting your camera. And when we open the case, which is zip closed, as you can see, they give you a little startup card that tells you that your camera has to be updated before you first use it. They give you kind of like a quick start instruction guide, which is, you know, how to plug in the USB cable, where the battery doors are, that type of thing. And pro tips for cold weather performance, that's about using the Enduro battery. And this little booklet, which is full of disclaimers and stuff. What didn't arrive this time, and they did arrive in the 9 and 10, where the little oh wait, there they are. I missed them completely. GoPro stickers. Not sure what you're going to do with those. I mean, you could actually stick them all over your car and let people know, I have GoPro cameras. Break into my car and try and steal them. Great way to advertise. Anyway, here are the contents of the actual case itself. As you can see, you've got, on this side, this is the head strap that you can use. And this here is the little quick clip for sliding in and out really quickly for that head strap. You get the floaty handler. No underwater case, no protective case with it, but that handler is pretty much good down to, what was it, 10 feet or something like that? Then you need the case after that. You get 2 Enduro batteries stuck in here, and then you get a curved sticky mount with the quick buckle on it. So, let's take a closer look at things. Okay, I do indeed like these kind of like floaty mounts. Obviously, it's going to float with your camera. Nice little bright part here. You can see it floating in the ocean. Does come also with a lanyard attached to it. So that's going to be pretty handy if you're in the water and you can have it attached. Then underneath that, there's another little cardboard piece here. And what's underneath there is your USB cable and your thumb screw kind of folded in here. In fact, 2 thumb screws. And it's interesting because one of them is the thumb screw that was kind of designed for the media mod, while the other was one of the standard older thumb screws. So you can see it's got curved bits at the top there, and this one's kind of just flat and straight, which is good. I like these ones. They seem to fit a lot better. You get your standard USB-C cable. That's for transferring files and also charging your camera. I never transfer files with these because using an SD card reader is about 50% faster. You bypass that whole USB bottleneck, so that's what I use. And then you get your head strap all nicely kind of banded together. You know what a head strap looks like. It just goes on your head. But as you can see, it's got the GoPro mounting fingers kind of right there. And that whole thing works out nicely. The quick buckle. Now this is interesting because your camera kind of screws in here. And as you can see, it's just got a gap. It goes straight down like that, which means you can quickly put it on something like your shirt pocket. Of course, microphone's away, but that's going to weigh down your pocket a bit. But, you know, you can use it with other things. And that's just really handy because it slides on really quickly and comes off really quickly. You have the curved adhesive mount with a quick release buckle. And I like these buckles because they've got that little silicone rubber bit. You have to peel that up, then squeeze these in to slide it out. Once you put it back in, put that silicone bit down there, and that helps keep your camera in the thing securely. And then the 2 Enduro batteries nicely wrapped in cardboard. You can just pop them out like that, but you can tell they're the Enduro batteries because they've got those white tips. And for those of you who don't know, if you're using a Hero 9 or a Hero 10, these Enduro batteries are specifically designed for cold weather. It does improve camera kind of ability with the heat as well, kind of stops them from overheating, but really with cold weather, this is where they'll shine. Those of you who have used your GoPro to record skiing activities or been out in the snow and have noticed your camera dying or the battery level suddenly depleting without warning, that's because lithium-ion batteries don't work well in the cold, and these ones have been specifically designed to work in the cold. So if you don't use Enduro batteries with your Hero 9 or your Hero 10, you should purchase them. But we're here to look at the GoPro Hero 10, and here is the camera itself in all its glory. So as you can see, it comes with this nice little white band around it. Does it really add protection? No, it just makes it look nice. So we'll slowly peel that off. And what you're left with is the GoPro Hero 10. Or 11. Why do I keep mixing that up? I'll tell you why I keep mixing that up, because here's the GoPro Hero 10 right beside it. And as you can see, these cameras are identical. Pretty much identical in size, button placement, everything. In fact, the only way you can tell them apart is that one has an 11 written on the side, one has a 10 written on the side. Also, I haven't taken the protective covers off these. Let's do that, will we? Okay, the back one. Your camera must be updated before you can use it. Nice big screen on it. Just peel that off nice and slowly. Now, the back one can be a little hard to get your finger under. It doesn't have one of those handy tabs. Oh yeah, let's do some... yeah. There's people apparently who listen to those types of videos all day. Gonna take the lens protector off, and I assume this has got the same hydrophobic kind of cover on it. And this one here off the front screen protector. And there we go, all set up. Now, you may be tempted to kind of like just throw your SD card in here and start going straight away, but there's a couple of things you should really do first. Number one, charge your batteries, okay? I'm not sure if these came with a default charge because I just put them straight in the charger, but it is important to make sure you have a fully charged camera battery. In fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the SD card in first. You can put the battery in, then the SD card, but it's easier to put the SD card in first. And I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but if you look, you can really see that on the SD card reader. There's a little sawtooth design on them now. People have said that affected their ability to get the SD card in easily. It's not true. Fits in the exact same way. But the reason for that is that your finger will actually touch off that before your SD card makes contact, and that's to help with electrostatic discharge, apparently. Straight from the GoPro engineer's mouth himself. So that's pretty handy. I'm going to drop my thing in. Now, what you're going to want to do is go to your Google Play Store, your Android store, and you're wanting to download the GoPro Quick app first, because that is the way you'll want to update your camera. And like I said, your camera needs to be updated before you can first use it. And I found like it was very easy to do very quickly. You're just going to have the Quick app. You're going to open the Quick app on your mobile device, and you're just going to click on camera. And then you're going to add the camera using the add button on top. And I'll try and do one of those screen captures of that so you'll get it nicely kind of displayed for you. In fact, I'll put that in here. And if I forget, this is going to be a weird video. So anyway, I ran the update in this, but there's a couple of things I want you to do before you actually start using this camera. So are you ready? Here we go. Here's what I want you to do, and I want you to use the camera to do this. I want you to swipe down on your rear screen, and I want you to go into your preferences setting. Now, this preferences setting, you'll need to, when you've installed your app, enable the Pro controls. Otherwise, you'll just have easy mode. I'm not sure you can get to it from there. But once you're in that preferences setting, go all the way down the bottom to where it says reset. Click on reset, and I want you to format the SD card. This before you start using it. It'll tell you that this is going to delete all files. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. You want to format that card. And this is a 512 gigabyte card. And you can see that it's starting to format. It's deleting everything. And there's a very, very good reason for this. And that is, sorry, it's completed already. That's how quick it is. If it's taking longer than that, then you might have a problem with your SD card. The reason we're doing this is that was a brand new SD card straight out of the packet. In fact, even the free disk or SD card that you get with your camera is also going to be brand new straight out of the packet. Now, the people who make SD cards, they have no idea whatsoever what device that SD card is going to be used in. It could be used in a tablet, it could be used in a phone, it could be used in a camera. They don't know. But each of those devices requires a different format and block size to be used properly. So they just kind of like give it generic format. So if you start throwing this like straight into your camera and recording straight away, it's possible, I'm not guaranteed, but it's possible that you could start getting SD card errors, or that you might start getting the camera, might stop recording suddenly for no reason, that type of thing. And that's because you haven't formatted your SD card. So that's something you should do immediately once you put that SD card in there. Format it so it's using the proper format and optimal block size for recording. After all, this thing does record in 10-bit color. It requires a fast SD card, and quite a large file size apparently gets created. There is one more thing I want you to do, and like this is my tip for you guys. You spent a lot of money on this camera, okay? Even with your discount, it's still pretty costly, and you want to protect that investment. So I want you to go and look up GoPro Labs firmware. Now, I've done a video on this before. I'll link it again. I'll I'm pointing up here. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I will try and link that. If it doesn't succeed, I'll put the link in the description below. The reason you install the GoPro Labs firmware is that if you lose this camera, or if someone dishonest takes it and tries to pawn it on you, with the GoPro Labs firmware, I'm going to show you this, going to turn on the camera real quick. It's starting up, but you see that stuff that just popped up there really quickly because I haven't set up the proper delay time on it yet. That's my owner information. It tells you that this is the property of DemonView LLC. It tells you to go to demonview.com, and it also has demonviewllc@gmail.com displayed on the back of it. So if you lose this camera, or like say I lost my camera and dropped it on the ground and some nice honest person finds it, they try turning on my camera, that gets displayed immediately. They know exactly who the camera belongs to. They know exactly who to contact. Now, you may be thinking, well, what if you take out the SD card and put a brand new SD card in? That information's not going to pop up. Actually, yes, it will. That's the handy thing about the GoPro Labs firmware. It writes this information to the internal memory of the actual SD or the GoPro camera itself. And every time an SD card is inserted, not only will that information still be displayed, a copy of the information is also written to the SD card. So that's the handy thing about using the GoPro Labs firmware, and it's already been released for the GoPro Hero11. Now, people may be a bit wary about installing the GoPro Labs firmware, but it actually sits on top of the regular firmware, so there's no real differences with it, and it unlocks so much more potential with your camera. So there's my 2 tips. Actually, call it 3 tips for new GoPro owners. Charge the battery, make sure you format the card before you first use it, and then install the GoPro Labs firmware. So one other thing I'm going to say about these cameras, and they do look pretty much the exact same. The only thing I found was that the door from it, it's a little bit stiffer to open. I mean, I know people have had problems opening the GoPro, but yeah, this one is just a little bit stiffer, and I think it feels lighter as well. Again, it seems to be more of a, I don't know if that's metal or not. It feels very light. So just get used to that. And other than that, it does have a slightly redesigned rear menu. And we'll go, in depth on that more later. This is just a quick video, but if you swipe down on it, as you can see, there's not as many icons there. And when you swipe on it, I actually find the layout to be a lot better. But as you can see, I've got the Pro controls listed. I can actually turn off the Pro controls, put it into easy mode. And in which case, what'll happen is that it just displays video. I can't choose any presets. So if you start up your camera and you're like, why can't I choose presets or anything like that? Simply swipe down on your rear screen and enable your Pro controls. And once you've done that, then suddenly you've got all your selectable presets available for you to use. You can add more by clicking the top button icon there. Some people call that the hamburger icon. I don't know why. But then you hit the plus button, you can put that on. You can also do the usual trick of holding down the preset button, and then that brings up all the controls as usual that you can actually change to your liking. And one more thing, when you swipe down on that and swipe across, you also have the video mode. Right now I would set it to highest because that's the one I want to use. But if you're going to use this indoors, have it mounted on a tripod, that type of thing, choose the extended mode and not the highest, because that's going to serve you the best. So I hope this little kind of beginner intro and unboxing video proved useful to you. If you liked it, please click those like and subscribe buttons, especially those like buttons. And what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to do an overheating test on these and compare the 2 of them, because I've seen one comparison video so far and I really wasn't that impressed because I don't think it was a fair comparison video. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Hero11 bested the Hero10 big time in it, because apparently they have redesigned the heatsink and all that. But I actually want to do some proper overheating and battery tests on this. Now, in all fairness and all honesty, I've used this GoPro Hero 10 since the day it was released. I haven't had a single instance where it overheat and shut down. I've done the Enduro battery tests on that. You can find that. I'll also link that below if you want. And I ran this camera for about an hour, 34 minutes in 4K. I believe it was a 30 FPS. I can't remember. But it didn't shut down, didn't overheat, and that was mounted on an actual tripod. But then again, I was using tripod mode because that was the proper mode to use. So I'm going to do similar tests with this, because in some of the tests I've seen, the Hero11 actually outperformed the Hero 10. And I just want to see, is that a proper kind of test, or, you know, was it the Hero 11 kind of in that, like I said, that easy mode or that extended battery mode while the Hero 10 wasn't? So I want to do some real world testing on that, and that's going to take a while. But in the meantime, I'm going to be shooting with this. I'm going to be testing out some of the new night preset modes, which I'm very interested in, including the light painting, the headlight mode, and the star trails, if I get a clear kind of sky this weekend. Anyway, I really do hope you liked the video. Please click like, please. And I guess I'll see you next time, or you'll see me, one or the other. This was totally unscripted, by the way. That's why I'm all over the place. But I just wanted to get this video made for you guys so you had something to reference. So in our next video, what I'll be doing is I'll be talking about the GoPro Hero 11 compared to the GoPro Hero 11 Mini, what those differences are, and why I won't be buying a Mini. Mainly because I don't really need one because I have the Hero 11, but there are some things about the Mini that would actually put me off purchasing it anyway. So until next time, I will talk to you later. Cheerio.